Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you remember, I hope, the story of the boy who cried wolf, in which a boy thought it was funny to cry wolf, wolf, to make the whole town come out and run around like crazy, going, okay, where's the wolf? Let's get that wolf. And then, basically they find out that the kid was only kidding because he starts laughing and he's like, I made you do that. And so everybody goes back home. Then he does it again and again and again. So of course one time there was a wolf and he cried wolf and no one believed him, and he suffered the consequences, as well he should, because if you cry wolf falsely, you deserve to be punished. Now of course with Jussie Smollett, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, we see that it seems that we have yet another case, one of many cases of someone saying I was attacked by racist white people, and it turns out it's not true, or other fake hate crimes, like graffiti and stuff like that. And so it shouldn't be at all surprising that now, hot on the heels of the Jussie Smollett case, if there were a real case of a racist hate crime, that most people would just sort of dismiss it, or at least, more sane, rational people who don't have a strong bias for the left will just dismiss it. With that in mind, let me report, if you haven't already heard it, that Maajid Nawaz has tweeted that he was physically attacked by someone in the public of London who called him a quote-unquote fucking packy, which in the UK, where he lives, is a racial slur. Now, of course, one cannot be sure, especially at the time that I write this, when the story is so new, what actually happened, but it does seem on the surface of it to be a racist, presumably a right-winger, attacking a man because he is of Pakistani origin. But it must be kept in mind that many left-wingers and Muslims hate Maajid Nawaz because he's very moderate. He's a moderate Muslim who criticizes the regressive left. In fact, he coined the term, as far as I know, and immoderate Islam, fundamentalist Islam, extremist Islam, etc. In fact, on his behalf, his Quilliam Foundation recently sued the SPLC for calling him an anti-Muslim extremist. The SPLC ended up giving his foundation a lot of money because what they said was slander. But Maajid is also critical of the far right and racists of all kinds, so who knows what actually happened. He does not fit the profile of the kind of person who fakes hate crimes. As mentioned above, he is critical of the kind of person who is so quick to believe or perpetrate such fake hate crimes, the regressive left, or people who are pandering to it. So it's my opinion, as far as I can surmise, that this is more likely to be a real thing than another fake hate crime because it's coming from Maajid Nawaz. It's unfortunate that many will dismiss this as just another false flag, another fake hate crime. Indeed, it is understandable if one thinks that, because there have been so many. And as you can see on my screen, this is a blog entry that I've made with many such examples, and this is by no means a complete collection, and I'm still adding to it. Now, what you've been seeing on your screen this whole time are some of our blogs. Please keep in mind that we would cover a lot more if we had the time to do so, to cover in our videos, but we just don't have time to cover everything that we're aware of, so we put them in the blog under different categories. So we have, for example, the left being bigoted, which has many entries, and we have the right being bigoted, which so far has just this one. And I may remove it because if it turns out that this is another fake hate crime, it goes into the fake hate crime blog, which has, as I mentioned, many different entries so far. But keep in mind, here on your screen, you see the various subjects. If something happens with Antifa and I don't have time to cover it, I add to it. If something happens with BAMN, Yvette Filarca, etc., and so on. There's links in the description for all these, so scroll down, see that link below. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace and love, freedom, and equality.